Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I'm coming at you with 3 Halloween decor pieces. Today, we are going to be doing a trick-or-treat picket fence. So you're going to need 4 of those plaques from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need some craft sticks, some scissors. You will need some chalk paint. I'm going to use white. You're going to need some various ribbons. And I have these cute little wooden pumpkin stickers from the Dollar Tree. So I started out by cutting the ends off of my planks to make it look like a picket fence. And then I'm just going to go in and secure it with my popsicle sticks or craft sticks, whatever you want to call it. If you're new to my channel, I'm Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I thank you for joining me today. If you like the content that you see, please give it a big fat thumbs up. Consider subscribing. It's free. And leave me a comment. Let me know which DIY you like today. So I'm just spacing them apart, my little craft sticks, to kind of see where I want them to be, get my measurements together. I'm trying to stagger them, and then I'll cut off the parts that I don't need and get them glued down. Here you see me marking it with a pencil, and where I place pencil mark is where I do not need glue. That kind of helps me with placement. And we have everything all secured, and I'm going in with my homemade white chalk paint, and I am going to give it a nice single coat of chalk paint. It did not take 2, and that's why I love chalk paint, because really most times you can get away with 1 coat. And with this wood, I don't mind it if it shows through a little bit. And now that I have all that done, I'm going back in and I'm doing a distressing with just a dry brush technique with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral. It's going to give it that old weathered look, and it's going to help it look more like wood, which I absolutely love. And now I'm going to place my sign on the box in the beginning. Mine said Happy Haunting, but I wanted to use my box that I had already broken down for another project, the one that says Trick or Treat. So that's what I'm using for this Trick or Treat wood fence. And now I'm just going to place my pumpkins where I want them and then get those glued down. I'm just pulling off the little glue dots, or like the little round tape pieces that are on the back, because I feel like they will be more secure if I just use hot glue. And now that that's all secured down, you guys know I have to make a bow. I can't do anything without making a bow. So I have this plaid black, white, and gray fabric. I'm going to be using that and just pulling some of the threads out to fray the edges a little bit. And then I will be using this herringbone black and white ribbon that I love. I picked that up from, I believe, I want to say Walmart. I'm not sure. It was either Walmart or Joann's. And then I have the pumpkin colored plaid ribbon that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I absolutely love that ribbon. They had really good fall ribbon out this year, and I loaded up. Just dovetailing my ends. I love to do that. It gives it a finished look. Just going to tie it off in the middle with some jute and then add a little bit of raffia to make another bow in the middle of that. And there it is, you guys. That's it for this trick or treat picket fence. I love how it turned out, and I hope you do too. On to DIY number 2. So for DIY number 2, you're going to need a little bit of spackle from the Dollar Tree, some wood glue from the Dollar Tree, some paint markers or permanent markers, black and white chalk paint, and some Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant, and the orange acrylic paint from Dollar Tree. You're going to need some of these wood pieces that the Dollar Tree had. I have a pumpkin, a bat, a scary cat. I have the word eek. I've got some witches hats from the Dollar Tree as well. And then I have just a little piece of broken off painter stick that I'll be using for the base. So I'm going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant, and I'm going to paint this entire thing, front, back, sides, middle, edges, every bit of it, because I believe doing that gives it a more finished and high-end look. Now, you can sand this down and make it really smooth, but I left it where it's kind of ragged and the edges aren't smoothed off and there's little pieces sticking up, because I started to smooth it out, but after looking at it, it reminded me of hair standing up on the back of your neck. And so for the word eek, what could be more appropriate? So I left it. I'm going to go in with the back of a paint brush, just the bottom of it. Oh, nope, I'm not using the bottom, not yet. I'm going to paint this pumpkin. That's what I'm going to do now. And as you can see, I've already painted my cat black, I painted my bat black, and my base is black. That pumpkin is going to add a very nice pop to this piece. So if I've not told you before, I'm Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I thank you for being here with me today. Thank you so much for clicking on my video where I do farmhouse decor, I do thrift flips every now and then, I do Dollar Tree hauls. I love crafting. It is my zen, it is my happy place, and I just really, really appreciate you guys being here. If you're new, please give it a big fat thumbs up if you like this content, and consider subscribing. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you so much. Now let's keep watching. Just adding on some little polka dots. I like fun, whimsical Halloween. I don't like spooky, scary Halloween, not too much. So just adding on some polka dots, give it a little bit of whimsy. Gonna add some little doodles or squiggles or whatever you want to call them along the edges. And then I did go back in with an orange paintbrush and just add in a little bit of orange here and there to help that pumpkin pop. And now I am sanding down my base because I want it to look old and rustic, a little bit weathered. I love doing that, especially with black paint on top of wood. It just shows up so pretty. And now we're going to go ahead and get that glued down. I will be using some hot glue and some wood glue for that short-term, long-term hold. Just gluing it to the base. Now I'm going to add my pumpkin with a little bit of hot glue and wood glue. And I have a little piece of twig left over from some grapevine that I was using. So I'm just going to add that to the top of the pumpkin to help make that stem look a little more natural. And then we're going to twist on some jute. Just looking for placement for the cat, seeing where I like it, what looks best. And I think I'm gonna just have him sitting just on the side of that E a little bit, just on the bottom of it. And now we're going to put on one of the witch's hats. I'm going to use the orange and just going to tilt it to the side. Of course, we got to add a little bit of a bow. And I'm going to add that right to the witch's hat. But it looks like before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and give this pumpkin a jack-o'-lantern face. So now my pumpkin is a jack-o'-lantern. We're going to give it the little triangle eyes and nose, and then give it the sawtooth mouth. This is so cute and so simple and just fun to do. This is a good project to do if you have little kids or grandchildren. This is a cute one for them to do with you. So we're going to use some of that buffalo check ribbon and tie a bow and put that right under the witch's hat. Get that glued down, and we're going to call this one done. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's so cute. Oh, looks like we're adding some twine. Gonna do another little bow. And we're gonna place that one on the stem of the pumpkin. And then we'll call it done. Or not. It just goes on and on. I really thought I was done, you guys. I filmed this a while ago, and I'm just now getting around to editing the video. So look, I'm not quite sure everything that I did in this project, clearly. So I'm not even going to say when we're done. We'll be done when I stop. Because it looks like I went back in with my antique wax and just added a little bit of shadowing and definition to that pumpkin. And we're going to sand it a little bit. Distress it, soften it up. Okay, that's going to be it. Moving on to DIY number 3. This is a scary black cat. You're going to need 5 pieces. I held up 3 fingers. Nope. We're going to need 5 pieces of the 12-inch wood slats from Dollar Tree. You're going to need some black chalk paint of choice, paintbrush, white paint pen, some raffia, and I think that's going to be it. I did a miter cut to each piece of wood because I wanted 3 different size cats, but I wanted all of them mitered. Of course, you have to miter them to get the ears. So I wanted a small, medium, and large, and that's what we have. And I'm going in with that black paint, and I am painting it everywhere. Front, back, top, bottom, sides. But when you get to the middle, I'm only going halfway down because that's where I'm going to glue it together using wood glue and hot glue and some staples. And so I found that if I don't put paint where I'm actually going to glue something together, it tends to work a little better. Yeah, you guys, in order to get 3 different size cats, you're going to need 5 of those wood slats. And then you just go ahead and miter the ends, and that gives you the ears. These are so simple and so cute. I love these. I think this is my favorite of the 3 DIYs today. So we're just adding some wood glue down the middle and some hot glue around the sides. And we're going to stick these together. Now we're going to pop in some staples just to make sure these hold together. And I'm just going to go in and cover my staples up. I already penciled in the eyes. You guys know whenever I'm doing something freehand, I like to pencil it in first and then go back with my paint. So I'm going back over it with my white paint marker from Dollar Tree. Now I'm going back in with my black Sharpie and cleaning up any edges that I feel need to be touched up. And here's the Raffia Bows. One in black, one in the natural, and one in orange. And this raffia was picked up at Dollar Tree. And here are the black cats. I'm just going to add a jingle block to the back of each one. They do stand on their own, but I just want to make sure that they are sturdy and they don't fall over. So just a little extra precaution. And I'm going in with my black furniture marker from Dollar Tree. I didn't feel like breaking my paint back out. Now I'm just going to go in with my gator and just sand down the high points a little bit, just distressing it. I love the way these look distressed. Look at that wood coming through. They just look old and rustic and farmhouse. I absolutely love it. These have to be my favorite. They are my favorite. I hope you guys like these as much as I do. So simple, so easy. I was inspired to do these from black cats that I saw on Etsy, and they were on Etsy for like 30 bucks. And I said, I can make these. I love them. I've given out 3 sets of them already. So stinking cute.